You got any interest on going back to Helldivers?
I don't know. All this shit has put a bad taste in my mouth.
It has
Is
for
it
me
not
too.
for you?
I've played it once, and I was like, I was so out of practice. But like, I was still enjoying myself. But until they clear the air, like that, they've all
Sony's
it is.
still doing fuck shit.
They still haven't changed it on Steam, right? Like,
Yes,
No.
177 nations still they're not able to buy it.
Yeah, and Steam finally, obviously, we all knew that, but Steam came out and said, hey, we're not the ones who did this. Stop messaging us. We can't fix it until the publisher says they want it sold in these countries, basically.
But what about the PSN like thing on Steam? You know how it was saying that by that time you're going to have to? Have they actually changed that yet? No. So the thing is actually nothing's changed. Yes, they announced or they tweeted out that they were going to remove the whole PSN connection. But from that point, they actually haven't done anything yet other than tell us what we want to hear. So this is the other thing too that I don't like about how people are now changing their reviews back to positive. It's like, mate, wait until they actually follow through with, what they're promising. Don't let them catch you like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's they're not going to change it because they're doubling down on this now. Ghost of Tsushima. Am I saying that right? Tsushima?
Tsushima, yeah, that's how I say it.
They have been doing the same shit with this game. They're not refunding it either. So if you bought this game, I guess, in one of these countries, you're fucked.
SOL. Yeah.
Yeah, this is from Project A-Roll. This is where I first saw this.
Now, is that just going to be multiplayer or single player too? Well, I guess
multiplayer.
You can't even buy it.
You can't, but I don't think you can't even buy it to play single player in those places.
Yeah, you can't even buy it.
Oh man,
Sonny's just doing dumb.
It's just such bad optics, and and they think they're getting away with it. It's terrible.
This is the thing for me is it's not that complicated. It's honestly not that complicated to just say, okay, we're going to sell it everywhere. You don't need to link up anything. You can just play it on Steam. They're going to make more sales doing that, aren't they? Like,
yeah,
but
it's so simple.
But it's a minority. It's a minority of the sales, unfortunately. Those 177 nations. Well, it's 0 for PlayStation 5 because they don't support PSN there, and I don't think they feel that the PC sales there are big enough.
But it's still more sales, Grums. Like, I understand what you're saying. It might be a small minority. It might, let's say out of all of those nations, it only equates to 20% of the game sold. That's 20% they're still not getting. For what?
Well, it's banned from Japan too, which doesn't make any sense.
That's the wildest thing.
What, are you serious? Yeah. You can't buy this on PC in Japan?
If you look at the ban list for it, Japan for some reason is on that list.
That's
and then
nuts.
Wow.
It makes no sense, but their focus is trying to sell the PlayStation Network subscription thing. So I wonder if that's just why they're trying to, because these companies are going like all in on one thing. So like it's streaming services trying to push streaming. It's Microsoft pushing their stupid Game Pass thing. It's PlayStation pushing their stupid network thing. And like, I don't understand.
So hang on. In Japan, are they able to buy it, but they've got to link their PSN?
They
or
cannot
they just
buy
can't
the
buy
game.
it at all?
They cannot buy the game.
Weird.
The game's based in Japan.
Yeah,
I saw it on the ban list. Like, it makes no sense.
Does anyone have that ban list?
Let me go
find that. Can you pull that up? I'd love to look at that. I haven't seen
the console version's available in Japan. And
yes,
I think it was well received there too.
They love it. They love it there. In fact, the island where the game takes place, I think they honored the developers. They gave them like a gift or something. I talked. Cool. This is years
Thanks for
ago,
the gift. Here's the finger.
yeah, you can't ever see how we're honoring you.
But the place where this game is based, I covered this a long time ago, so some of the details are, this was a couple of years ago, but they loved it so much they honored them and thanked them for making such a great game.
That blows my mind.
But what was funny, this game was so much fun to cover when it came out because you had all of these people here in the States like bitching and complaining because it was a bunch of white people that made the game. How dare they make a game about Japanese cultures? And then all the people in Japan loved it and were like, wow, we're so happy that all of these people are just loving our culture and like, you know, giving us so much great positive attention. Like they loved it. But all these people in America were calling it like racist and all kinds of. They were really ass hurt over this game because they didn't get a Japanese coordinator or some shit to come work on it. Here's
God
the
save
here's
us
the
from the
list.
liberals.
So I blew it up
Yeah.
a little bit so it's easier to see. I just want to go straight to Jay. Hold on.
Yeah, it's way down
Japan.
at the
It's
bottom.
actually
It's the same
highlighted
link.
in the tweet.
Isle
Wow.
of Man. Aren't there like 5 people on Isle of Man?
I don't know. Holy See, Vatican. You cannot buy it if you live in the Vatican City. What? I didn't even know it had
doesn't
its
play
own
video
thing. I
games?
thought they just use Italy's infrastructure. The Holy See. That's fucking Vatican City. So you can't play the game there.
Yeah.
The Pope is
If you go to
banned.
the tweet that I linked, it's just kind of funny because like they circle Japan and Peace Sony block, like it's just a funny tweet, like just the person.
Puerto Rico. Scroll down. Let's go through these countries. Afghanistan. Can
Puerto
they even play
Rico.
PlayStation over there? Fucking half the country lives in caves and.
Well, I think this is what Grums was saying. Is it's still like, even though it's all these places, the populations and the people playing games and stuff probably aren't massively high. There'd be people there that do play, but
Greenland?
But you're also right.
Guadalupe.
There's no reason to exclude it on PC.
true.
The only reason you would do that
Jamaica.
is a business decision because you don't want to get into this PSN linking mess ever again, and you want to enforce it from here on out without stepping in it.
Well, I for one am gonna riot for all my homies in Antarctica because that is wrong. Antarctica's on the ban list.
Joe Darkness here says that he can see both Ghost and Helldivers 2 in the Japan Steam store.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just that it'd be weird not to sell it in Japan. Japan is it's a big video game market. Not as
Yeah.
much as it used to be because all of them play portable games, and there's still a lot of gamers in Japan.
but that's the home of Sony.
Scroll down a
Yeah.
little bit.
What
Hold on,
in
there
this
we go.
one?
What's the McDonald Islands?
It's a corporate place.
I can't believe you can't like Saint.
I'm gonna be
Martin's
honest, some of these
Vineyard
countries
Club?
I didn't even
Island.
some of
Yeah.
these countries I didn't even know existed.
Right?
I'm not gonna lie.
It's where they
Is it-
I've
what was
never
the one
heard
down
of
there?
the one above Puerto
Philippines?
Rico.
The one.
Are some of these countries like that Family Guy episode where Peter made his lawn another country?
Oh,
yeah,
it's
his whole house was in another country. Yeah.
Australian external
Japan, yeah.
territory.
Jamaica.
The Isle of Man.
Jamaica.
What? Why is
Yeah.
Jamaica not on here? Why is
And,
Jamaica on here?
Philippines.
No, all the islands. You can't play in any of the
No
islands.
problem, man.
I don't know.
Is that it? Because yeah, you're
That's
scrolling
it.
away to that.
Yeah, that's.
Bermuda.
Yeah,
What?
Japan's at the bottom. Or but yeah, all of
The
the
Bahamas?
Caribbean. Yeah, all the Caribbean
The
islands
man
you
knows
can't
tries
play.
to keep us down and keep us away from the video games, man.
Hey. I have no idea
No
what the issue is.
problem.
I know for the
Oh,
Middle
there's a
East,
problem.
that there were issues with broadcasting, and that's why they don't allow it. But
Albania.
I don't know what the issue is with some of these other countries, like Greenland. That doesn't make any
Well, and I
sense.
asked
Yeah,
Grums
there's some
this-
beautiful women that live in Albania.
And I asked
Shout
Grums
out.
this the other day when we had him on. Like, I was asking, is it maybe because Sony is trying to get into these countries and there's something keeping them out, whether it's a law, some
Well,
stupid.
Things like Azerbaijan, the Middle East, and some other places do have the strict broadcasting laws. Which
That's what I'm
is
saying. Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
I was
but-
like,
but-
they were
but
trying
these
to
other ones,
pressure
I
people
don't
into
get it.
pressuring their government
Yeah.
allowing them in there, and that was part of this, and it just backfired on them. Is what I was asking Grums, and yeah, I could see that being a plausibility.
I don't know why they bothered to name McDonald's Island because I just looked it up. It's uninhabited.
That fucking clown lives there. I guarantee it, and that's where the grimace comes from. We all know that.
Oh my gosh.
The islands are a
purple motherfucker.
sub-Antarctic archipelago.
The Vatican City thing, like, I forget that it is technically its own country.
Yeah.
So
It's
in other
funny to
words,
see
the
it on there.
McDonald
I haven't thought
Islands is
about it in a long time.
basically
So that's
like a tax
anti-Catholic
shelter for
right there.
McDonald's or something.
Iran and Iraq.
Not suitable for human
All the
habitation.
shake machines are broken.
Just gamers live there.
There's like one dude that lives somewhere on the island.
And he's just pissed because he can't play it.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah. You're not going to give me this in my own country? I'm going to take it to the prime minister. And then he just goes to himself. Writes a letter and
Wouldn't
sends
that
it
be
I'm
the
gonna
best?
write a letter to myself. Yeah.
Flies to
Tom,
the UN.
Tom, you're talking about earlier. You were talking about the Middle Eastern countries. And
Well,
they're
just are there a bunch of these countries in general I'm curious about.
There's a lot of requirements that you have to like.
That's what I was
for example,
thinking.
like my favorite story to tag onto this is when Spider-Man 2 came out, and all the press was going wild and praising all that gay shit in it, and then they took it to the Middle East and they had to remove all of it, and not one of them said a thing. Not one of
Yeah,
them.
they
said
don't
a
play
thing
that shit
about
over
it.
there.
Hail prophet.
Well, yeah, what I was thinking is like maybe they were doing this on purpose to get people to be like, hey, we want the game here, and to, you know, write letters and complain and whatever, and until they change whatever it is to get Sony Network in their country, and it just kind of backfired on them.
I'll
I was just
start a
wondering if that
petition
was
for
a
McDonald's
plausibility.
Islands and see how.
Fuck yeah, the
Let's do
Grimace
it.
needs to play this shit.
Let's
Motherfuckers
do it.
over there, they're gamers too.
Let's write a letter right now to Mayor McCheese. Let's do it.
And you've done good with the petitions. That Stellar
Yeah.
Blade one's at like 85,000 signatures.
87. We're at 87.
We got to get that to
Another
100,000.
They're
Yeah,
racist
and,
against McNuggets. They don't
And I
want them
found
to
a
play.
printer in Seoul that'll do it, and it's actually Kinko's. They got Kinko's over there,
Wow.
and they have international service too. I guess they have a lot of international customers. So
Yeah, we need to get it in the McDonald's Islands, and I also think that the game should come out in Afghanistan.
Wow. Not Afghanistan.
It's a big
What
market.
a happy place. I'm sure.
Big market.